Learning how to use manual gears in F1 2021 is tricky, but it's also something that will make you go way faster than using automatic. Every racing engine has a certain rev range where it produces the best performance. When the engine is in this range, it delivers the right amount of power and torque to the rear wheels. This makes you go faster. By using a system of gears, it's possible to change those gears while you drive. This keeps the revs in the right window. If the revs are too high, you shift up, and if the revs are too low, you shift down. In F1 2021, you can choose to have the game shift automatically for you, or take control yourself and change the gears whenever you like. Depending on the circuit, a driver will change gears up to 70 times a lap. That's a lot to think about when you also have to brake, turn, accelerate, battle other drivers, and more. It can be tempting to leave your gears on automatic and not worry about this, however doing so will slow you down. The game will be cautious managing gear changes, often shifting up or down at the wrong time. This reduces engine and gearbox damage, but also means you're not going as fast as you could be. By changing gears manually, you unlock the full potential of the engine, while also having the opportunity to use more advanced techniques. Let's go into detail on that now. Upshifting is the easiest thing to understand when using manual gears. As you accelerate, keep an eye on your display and pay attention to the noise the engine makes. The noise will increase in pitch as you go faster, and your display will light up in different colors. When the lights are about to cross under the gear number, change up to the next gear. The exact shift point is slightly different for each team, but I've found 11,300 to be a good average. It's okay to be slightly over this, so don't worry too much about getting the timing right. If you're struggling to time your gear changes, head into the audio options. You can change a setting here to have the game beep whenever it's time to shift, making things easier. With upshifting mastered, we can now try out a technique called short shifting. This is where you deliberately shift very early, long before your display lights up at all. If you do this at low to medium revs, the revs will stay low, reducing wheel spin and letting you feed in more throttle on corner exit. When you're coming out of slow corners or driving in the rain, short shifting lets you put down more power early, letting you go faster without losing control. In some scenarios, you may also want to hold a gear instead of upshifting. This is most common in long corners, where you need to keep a constant speed and steering angle. Upshifting may change the way the car rotates and introduce some understeer, so depending on the corner, you may be better off holding onto your current gear. Eventually though, you have to shift in the other direction, so let's learn about that now. Before that though, hit the like button if I'm helping and let me know how you're getting on. Downshifting works in a similar fashion to upshifting, only in the opposite direction. When the revs are dropping, you'll want to shift down to the next gear in order to raise them back into the ideal range again. Normally, you'll shift down if none of the lights are lit up. If you shift down too late, you will gently slow the car down, though this can be useful in the rain. In the dry, however, you want to reduce speed as quickly as possible, so fast downshifting is the important thing to do in heavy braking zones. If you shift down too early, the engine will over-rev and may cause damage, though when done right, rapid downshifting does open up a new technique to us. Engine braking is the process of rapidly downshifting before a corner. This forces the rear wheels to slow down by stressing out the engine. In heavy braking zones, it can be useful to make your first 2 or 3 downshifts go by rather quickly, in order to engine brake. Then, once the car has slowed down enough, go through the remaining gears. If you go down too many gears too quickly, the rear of the car will seize up and you'll spin, almost as if you pulled a handbrake. This can also happen if your brake bias is set too low. Check out the guide to learn more, and I wish you the best of luck in your next race.